I don't usually tell people what I do for a living. If they ask, I say I work in hospitality. Sometimes I say I manage a restaurant. I almost never say I own one. Not because I'm hiding it. I just learned a long time ago that people show you who they really are when they think you don't matter. This story is about that. I grew up in a pretty ordinary family. No connections, no money, nothing dramatic. I learned early that if I wanted something, I'd have to earn it quietly. I started working in restaurants when I was young, cleaning tables, washing dishes, carrying boxes in the back. The kind of work nobody notices unless you mess it up. I liked it, not because it was easy, because it was honest. Over the years, I moved up, slowly. I watched managers fail because they yelled. I watched owners lose good staff because they didn't listen. I remembered how it felt to be ignored. Eventually, after years of saving and taking risks that scared me more than I like to admit, I opened my own place. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. And from the start, I made one rule for myself. I would never sit in an office all day. I worked the floor, helped staff, carried plates, cleaned spills. Most customers assumed I was just another employee. I never corrected them. One evening, a group came in without a reservation. A man in his late 30s, well-dressed, confident in that loud way. The kind of confidence that takes up space. He looked around like he was judging the room. I was nearby, helping reset a table. He snapped his fingers. Not loudly, just enough. "Excuse me," he said. "We've been waiting." I told him I'd check availability. From the moment I spoke, I could tell he'd decided who I was. Someone below him. They got a table. I brought menus, water, explained the specials. He interrupted me twice, corrected me once incorrectly, smiled like he'd won something. Throughout the meal, it continued. He complained the lighting was too dim, said the food took too long when it hadn't. Told one of my servers she should learn how to smile. Each time he glanced at me like he expected agreement. I stayed neutral, professional, calm. He seemed to enjoy that, too. Over the next few weeks he came back, always with someone new, always loud, always treating staff like obstacles instead of people. He'd wave me over with one finger, say things like, "You guys really need to train better." Once he joked that people like us should be grateful to have jobs. I watched how he behaved when things didn't go perfectly. I also watched how my staff reacted. Quiet frustration, tight smiles, that feeling I recognized too well. I made sure they were protected. I stepped in when needed, privately reassured them. Publicly, I stayed invisible. One night he brought business clients, big talk, important tone. He asked for a discount. I explained politely that we don't offer discounts like that. He laughed. "Get your manager," he said. "You don't make these decisions." I told him I'd see what I could do. I didn't leave, I just stood there. He looked annoyed, then confused. I introduced myself properly, first name, last name. I told him I was the owner. The shift in his expression was subtle but clear. Not anger, not shock, loss of control. He apologized immediately, too quickly, too smooth, said he didn't mean anything by it, said he was just joking, said he respected service workers. I nodded. I told him the policy hadn't changed, no discount. I wished him a good evening and walked away. He didn't come back for a while. Then, months later, he returned. Different tone, polite, careful. He treated staff better. Not perfectly, but better. What stayed with me wasn't the apology. It was how easily he changed when he realized who I was. Not because I deserved respect, but because of the title. I didn't feel proud. I felt clear. Clear about how power works. Clear about how people choose who deserves basic decency. Owning the place didn't make me better than him. It just made him behave. And that told me everything I needed to know. These days, I still work the floor, still wear simple clothes, still let people assume. Not because I'm testing them, because every now and then someone shows you exactly who they are, and it's better to see it clearly than to stop it too soon.